What is up, guys? Dubois here. So Daniel Dubois defeats Kevin Johnson by a lopsided points decision in a 10-round fight. It was a workmanlike performance from Daniel Dubois. This is Daniel Dubois' first time going to the distance, and I'm sure his team will be happy they have 10 rounds under their belt. Now, I've already seen some of the reaction online. A lot of it is negative, and partly that is because obviously he's been billed as a massive puncher, and he never really looked like getting Kevin Johnson out of there. And he showed signs of frustration, and he did kind of run out of ideas, but I don't think it was all bad. Ultimately, the guy is 21 years of age. He's still a baby in terms of the heavyweight division, so I think people need to keep it in perspective and keep it in context. Dubois is not going to be fighting at title level for quite some time, so he's got a lot of time. He started quite well, actually. The first round, Daniel Dubois came out with intensity, pushed Kevin Johnson back straight away, landing some good shots up close. Kevin Johnson straight away reverts to type. Pulling like a shoulder roll, rolling with shots on the ropes, kind of trying to smother Daniel Dubois' work. He's being tricky, he was being awkward. Kevin Johnson was there to survive. He really is in journeyman mode. And that's how he was fighting every single round, trying to make Daniel Dubois miss, trying to take the sting off his shots. And he did do a good job of doing that. But in the first couple of rounds, I felt Dubois looked quite good, actually. He was letting his hands go. He was working body and head. A lot of the shots to the head weren't getting through cleanly, but still clubbing like the side of the head, the back of the head because of the shoulder roll. They're still having some effect. They're still getting through in a sense. But as the fight wore on, Dubois kind of got a bit more tired. He kind of ran out of ideas to an extent. End of round 4, that's when I noticed Dubois start to get tired. And after round 4, the volume of Daniel Dubois then starts to drop. In the first 3 rounds, Dubois actually, he actually had quite a good volume in the fight. He was throwing a lot of punches, but after the 4th, that's when it really started to slow down a bit. And, Kevin Johnson at that stage was well and truly in sparring partner mode. Dubois was kind of running out of ideas, and it was what it was. Round 6, I felt Johnson, he actually caught Daniel Dubois with a couple of silly little right hands that got through. So that was a little bit worrying. As Dubois was coming forward, he timed him with a couple of right hands. There was only arm punches, so they had no effect, but they were flush. And if he put his body weight into them, who knows what might have happened. But Daniel Dubois took the shots well. But, a couple of little openings there for other opponents to look at. And, after round 6, again, more of the same. Daniel Dubois pounding Kevin Johnson on the ropes. Johnson shoulder rolling, taking the sting out of the shots. And that was the fight, basically. It was pretty much the same round after round. Got very repetitive. So, yeah, for good points about this performance, let's be positive. Dubois now has 10 rounds in the bank. He can do the 10 rounds at a decent pace. He threw quite a lot of shots in this fight. That's quite encouraging going forward. And like I say, he had it all his own way. He won every round. And, in comparison to a lot of other guys, Dubois did a better job on Kevin Johnson than Andy Ruiz, who fought him earlier this year. And he also done a better job on Kevin Johnson than Kubrat Pulev. So, yes, he didn't get the stoppage that Joshua did. Yes, it could have been better. But ultimately, I don't think it was as bad as some people are making out. A lot of boxing fans are very reactionary, I'll be honest. But, satisfactory, workmanlike performance. I think that's a fair grade for this fight. In regards to things to improve on, a bit more variety. I felt after a while, Dubois was doing the same thing over and over again. Maybe I think Dubois I would have liked to have seen him change levels with the jab a little bit more to try and open Kevin Johnson up. Kevin Johnson's a wily old fox. You've got to try different things to open him up. You know, maybe sort of varying the jab from body to head, try and open him up that way, double up on the jab, hook off the jab. You know, do some different bits and bobs. You know, it was all very very samey from Daniel Dubois, and that was the only criticism I had from Dubois' performance. But you know, ultimately he's going to learn from that. I think that fight will do him more good than a blowout against some Eastern European nobody's heard of. You know, so yeah, tell me what you guys think of his performance, and ultimately going forward, people are going to be talking about Dubois versus Nathan Gorman. I said a little while ago I would make Nathan Gorman a favourite in that fight. Not a big favourite, but a favourite nonetheless. And I still stand by that. Again, I've seen some people online saying Nathan Gorman's going to blast him out. Again, I wouldn't go that far. I would pick Gorman, but you know, I think Dubois has a good chance in that fight also. But tell me what you guys think. How did you feel about this performance? How do you grade it? And how far do you see Daniel Dubois going? I still think it's way too early personally, but yeah, tell me what you guys think. Peace.